Welcome to another episode of my Motortown playthrough. Today we start out back at the sawmill once again. It's not a deja vu. I've been to this place before. I just thought that, I need to do another delivery in order to pop things up at the furniture factory. So, yeah, I think it's either doing that on recording and giving you guys another episode, or just preparing for the next one, which might be at least a tiny bit more unique, and me doing other delivery stuff with the Tronco, and that might just be its own thing. So I don't know. It's either just making more content, which is really a bit of repetition, or trying to keep that to a minimum and then just having less overall. And just with how things have gone recently, I think I'm gonna just include you guys on the prep work again. And I know I'm kind of repeating myself here. I hope that soon enough we'll get the new update and get the new stuff for the logging delivery. I think that's gonna get a major overhaul, and that might hopefully get me to do this stuff more, because right now I'm not really enjoying that, at least not to the extent that I've been doing it. So I don't really have too much going on at the sawmill right now. It was a bit of a trouble just getting free planks or free bunches of planks to the furniture factory, and just getting them for the destination, and now of course also doing the delivery itself. So I'm gonna have to see how this is gonna work out in the long run. I could see myself doing more furniture stuff once the next update drops, and I hopefully get a decent supply chain going, and not just doing it begrudgingly. But yeah, today after we get the stuff to the furniture factory, which I hope I'll just be driving towards straight around this time, and not just going to the wrong direction because my brain just has a short blackout or something. I don't know. That's exactly the kind of thing that I've been kind of talking about in the last episode. Just with how things have been going in my personal life, I'm just, yeah, I'm definitely a bit under slight depression right now. I wanna say yeah, it's not amazing. It's kind of, well, I'm just feeling a bit tired all the time. Gonna get over it sooner or later, but right now, that's just making focusing on some tasks, just yeah, forming cohesive sentences and keeping things on topic. It's a bit tough. So that's why things have not really been going too smoothly recently, and even even just doing some of playing and all of that without recording. I sometimes just I start the game, want to do something, don't know exactly what, and I just feel like I'm too tired to do anything at all, and then just leave the game again after like 10 minutes. Really not the game's fault, it's just how things have been recently. So we're gonna see about that. This might be another good reason to just have a bit of a timeout from the game until we get the next update, and just see how it goes from there. Because recently I've been struggling with a few things here, honestly, and I don't really put this on the highest priority. I mean, it's a fun little series that I like doing, and it also sometimes helps just getting through stuff, but it's definitely not the highest one on the priority list. There are far more important things. So I'm gonna have to see how that continues in the future, but we'll find out once we get there. Okay, this is the point where I should really consider just, you know what, I'm gonna turn right here and take the wider road. So I don't want to be overly negative, I don't want to be overly down or something, it's just, yeah. I'm tired, but today is definitely one of the better days, I would say. Which is again why I'm doing the recordings right now anyways. Okay, that's working better than I expected. So I'm gonna go to the factory now, turn the entire thing around. I don't know if there's a large enough parking spot to get rid of the trailer and the semi here. I may have to go down to the warehouse. Also, I definitely will be turning off the rain after this session. Or at least trying to see how it goes with low rain. It's definitely too much right now. Another thing that's kinda getting to me a bit is the weather. We just had quite the heat wave for a while now. I mean, maybe like not exactly even a week. But the past few days have been pretty hot all of a sudden, and I don't really cope too well with hot weather. But I gotta deal with it somehow. Being in a top level, right under the roof apartment with a south-facing wall, isn't really helping the matter either. So it's pretty hot in here. I have a few ways to cool down. The main one that I usually use, and I should have really maybe considered it before doing the recording, is just getting a wet towel and putting it on my neck. Just like a scarf in the end. That's really helping a lot, and I can highly recommend it to anybody who's just really feeling the heat. I also have I don't even know where it is right now. I have a fan somewhere. I wouldn't be using it. Oh yeah, I put it down on the old PC. I wouldn't be using it when recording because that's definitely something that you would be hearing, but it's good to have, and it might actually need to be put into a proper place sooner than later. And it's funny because I completely forgot about it up until this moment right here, and I'm such an idiot with stuff like that at sometimes. Yeah, I have this thing. I might as well use it. That might be an idea. Who would have thought? Yeah, you can already see the advantage of the Tronco. It's just so much more nimble. We're gonna have to see about how much stuff we can put in here now, but well, it should be decent enough, I think. Okay, and today I would like to deliver stuff to the Gang Young Furniture Store. But yeah, some of the things are already quite a bit more valuable right now. And thanks to me having done another delivery, we at least have a few more things on offer right now. I wish I could actually look inside the truck while I'm loading. I mean, it doesn't really help because I cannot do much about it. Okay, we now have 5 items in there. I think that's about what I can expect for this load. Let's have a look inside also to just see if I can, or if I need to step it down. Okay, step is not needed here. But we are looking pretty loaded right here. Hard to really see apart from the outline, but yeah, that's just how it is here. And let's drive this over to the local furniture store and see what kind of jobs we can get from that. It's kind of funny because in the last episode I said that I don't want to do only partial supply chains, only before realizing that after I delivered some of the stuff that yeah, the final delivery is gonna be from the furniture store to the individual customers. But yeah, that's definitely a job that this vehicle is predestined for. I was also considering on maybe getting the Kira box truck, which is a smaller version of this one, basically. It's kinda cute, it might be pretty neat, but I think at that point you might just want to take the van instead because of the roof rack. Okay, before I actually stop here and do the delivery, I want to check out if this has anything to deliver by default. And no, it has not. Just to make sure that I'm not missing out on any standard deliveries here. Okay, that's 5 items and it's gonna give me, what is that, like 2k? I mean, this has been a very short job. I think some of the middle parts of the supply chains don't really pay all that well. You need a decently sized truck to do the stuff to begin with, so I think some of it could be a bit more valuable. I just want to turn the entire thing around. I'm just basically doing like figure skating here. It feels like. Alright. So we have some residential deliveries, and just looking at stuff here, I mean, a lot of them are... Okay. That thing is halfway across the island, but it pays about the same as some... Okay, that's a larger item, but that's still in the town here. Okay, yeah, these are definitely smaller, so we could load a few more. And I mean, this is not really bad or anything, so it should work out. I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna go back to the furniture factory and get another load. Getting a few more options here, hopefully a few things going in the same direction. It's not really all that amazing if you have to go to a completely different area of the map for each individual item. Another thing that I wanted to talk about initially in the past episode, but I completely whiffed on that. First up, I will likely be doing another bus episode sooner than later, just doing a lap around my new one of my new main routes here. It should also give me decent money. I'm just contemplating right now whether I should be doing that using the one Dumby bus, so the coach type of bus that I already have fully upgraded, or if I should be getting another cheetah. The one that I used in the past episode is now doing the work for the AI, so yeah, I cannot really use that anymore. It's just such a highly frequented route that I need capacity on that. So I don't feel good just let's just go with Sofa D here. And that's it full again. I don't feel good just going with a smaller bus on that as long as the AI can actually handle the cheetah. At least on that route. There may have been a few slight concessions to make that work, but it's going alright. One thing that I want to mention here, I got some feedback on that episode about how bus driving used to be better in some regards, like having more people on the bus stations. And having looked through some older videos that have been around on YouTube for a while, I can definitely see that there used to be a lot more people there. But I think from what I've seen there at least, the amount of people has definitely gone down, which is gonna help with lag and all that kind of stuff. But it also feels like the payments have been increased. So in the end, what it seems like for me is that for the most part, it just helps managing the capacity of the buses easier. Because at that point you get the same amount of money for the same type of route, but you are transporting fewer people. So that in return allows you to load up more people, and then again, more people, more money in the end. So that's how I at least see it working right now. I don't have any practical experience with that, but with the routes right here that I have now, I don't think a lot of them would be working if we still had to transport so many more people. And then once you get into town bonus and how it increases population and just gives you more people to transport, it just I think this is working better right now. But that's from a very limited amount of experience with that and no exposure to the old system. Okay, let's see. There are a few around Jeju. That might be a worthwhile location to go for. I mean, I can already fill up half the truck with only one bed. But I think really it's a bit weird how I'm not getting anything for Gangyang right now. I think the most profitable way to do this, if you want to min-max a bit, would be just taking stuff to Gangyang here and downtown, just staying in the area. It feels like for what you're transporting, you're getting a lot of money, while this is a bit more profitable in the end, but it's also just so much more distance to travel. Maybe if I go with multiple small items to that area, that might be a good idea. There are a few things to consider to make this work, and okay, if I load up that one, I cannot get anything side by side there. I was hoping I could maybe put another sofa on the right side, but that doesn't work. I think there's another rework of some of the mechanics for loading stuff on the Trello. So that would be nice to have. But in the end, some of the things have also been on the Trello for a very long time. So right now I have 5 items, which is not amazing. I would at least like one more smallish item, maybe 2 if that would fit, that go in the same direction. So let's see what I'm gonna get next here. Again, this would also be all working a lot more smoothly if I did more supply runs. Let's go in that direction. Come on, give me something nice here. That's too large for me to transport. Also not really the location I want to go in. And now we are getting some heavy hitter stuff. This would have been nice to have earlier. But I think if I unload now, I'm just gonna lose the items. It's also a bit funny how I bring in some stuff here, some very specific items to the furniture store. And the things that are getting bought and need delivery afterwards are completely different things. So it's one furniture in and one furniture out, but you might be bringing a bed and getting a sofa or something. Then again, we'll likely also just have some stuff on storage, and I shouldn't be thinking too much about it. Can I get something else? I don't like sitting in the loading menu for too long. I could have maybe gone with another delivery here, but it's kind of too late now. So if I don't get something sooner than later after this one expires, then I'm just gonna have to go with what I have here. Which is gonna be what it is then. So yeah, for some of the stuff, it would likely be better to go on the TWL server because things like the furniture stores are usually well supplied. That's another good one. Gonna take that. And I think while I'm gonna wait until that expires and what's gonna come up afterwards, we might just go as we are right now. 6 items is alright. Even if none of them are going above 1k, it seems. The thing is, if I'm on the TWL server, I kind of also have a moderator role. And while it's more of at that point, with entry-level moderator stuff, it's just it's a bit of an optional thing. I don't need to take care of things all the time, but I also don't just want to drive past obvious issues and ignore stuff for the episode. Then let me tell you guys, if I was about to, oh god, type things while trying to record and also maybe handle the vehicle and the police chase that I just got myself into, it would be a whole mess and it wouldn't go too well. So, yeah. As much as I sometimes think it would be nice to just go onto that server and do a bit of that stuff there, show you guys the multiplayer part of Motortown, I think I'm well committed to single player at this point. And again, as I already mentioned with last episode, once you get into... let me check the map real quick. Okay, I need to go there first. Let me just try and put it directly on here. Once you buy all the stuff for buses and all of that, it becomes really discouraging just going onto that server, not being able to use all of it. Passive income, as much as it takes for me to recover the initial investment, it's a very nice thing to have in the long run. And also just the whole playing around with buses and all of that, it's fun. But yeah, I feel like I'll be doing another bus episode at some point soon. Quite looking forward to that, but it's gonna be a moment, and I don't really know if I want to do another almost hour-long video about that. It might just be me showing off the route and that being it there. Definitely not another option for a short episode. And this one once again is gonna be around 30 minutes, I can already feel it. If not slightly longer. And at the end, when it comes to the different vehicles in this game, like the Tronco, again, I feel like some of these vehicles are in a bit of an odd spot because they don't have the capacity of the large ones and kind of don't make the money from that. And they don't get the per item payout the small ones get. But this one is a pretty good compromise. It's nimble enough, it's small and fast enough. It works out quite well with what we can do, and it's just... it's a pleasure to drive compared to the semis at some point. And especially the last deliveries here to the residential areas. The navigating that I'm about to do here is something that I don't think you want to do with a semi-truck. And I think in the end this should be some of the things that the devs should be steering towards with what they are doing. Like cargo scaling and all of that. With some of the stuff I think it is necessary. But in the end, Um, it would also work out well just having a lot of delivery types for different vehicles so they can actually shine with what they are good at. But it's also a player mindset thing at some point. The game can eat through your budget quite quickly once you get a bit of money. So there is definitely incentive to make a lot of money real quick. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good motivator for a lot of stuff here. For some people, me included, things can get really boring once you run out of stuff that you can spend your money on that you earn in game. So yeah, it's a good thing to have stuff to invest into. I mean, that's only one side of the coin. Also, of course, the game itself has to be fun. I remember back in the day when I started playing Sea of Thieves for quite a lot. Finally, funnily enough, I got back into the game recently after some friends started playing. It's it's fun right now, but back in the day, it sometimes felt a bit like a treadmill because the devs felt more like, or with how the devs have been treating the game at some point, it sometimes felt more like they were out to give people incentives to do stuff, but not really giving any more fun activities. There was a lot of reusing old content and just coming up with new events that you all had to do in a timely manner. There was a lot of FOMO in the game, and still kinda is. So, yeah, a lot of stuff wrong with that, in my opinion. But yeah, that's it. Kind of needs both things to almost miss that one. To bring it back around, it's you need both incentive to do some stuff, but also not only incentive, but also fun things. Fun is its own incentive, but well, it's there's a different kind of satisfaction in just doing, just getting things done, building up your infrastructure empire in this game. That's definitely something that I look forward into to in different games, just having this long form component that's really working towards something bigger and expanding, getting stuff, and yeah, that's cool if a game provides with that. And for me, especially recently, I feel like I like doing this kind of thing in a semi fixed setting. So not something like Minecraft where you can basically do whatever you want, which is also kind of exhausting, not only for there being so many options, but also just so much work to do. But that's having things where some stuff is set in stone and you just work around the restrictions. It's... God, I completely messed that up. It's pretty cool. No. Let's see if I can do the next delivery without getting the fine. Might be quite tough with that guy being on my ass. Okay, stop and go. Not sticking around for too long. Ooh, that was a close one. I don't know where I was with my train of thought. I think we're just completely derailed now. But yeah, I kind of like the long form building towards things, just expanding, improving, that kind of thing. It's fun, it's very satisfying. And I hope to see more about that. Or more of that in this game. Especially once again when it comes to properties. I also feel like I should at some point soon make another post about maybe upgradable steering servos to improve steering a bit. I know there's a setting that can be applied for all the vehicles, but in the end it's really only a certain few that I have problems with. And that setting applies to everything, so that's not amazing. I also recently made another suggestion post about a building mode, and honestly, well, I feel like that would be nice, especially just having not everything being highlighted all the time on your property when you look at something, and also just getting a display on how many pops you have and the overall pop limit. I think that's one of those suggestions where I kind of should backpedal a bit. Because while it would be nice getting something like that, it's definitely, there are far more important things right now. So sometimes I feel like, I mean, ideas like that would be benefiting the game, but with all the stuff that should be more higher priority, I wonder if I should maybe not do that kind of suggestion to begin with. Just in case it gets picked up, it should be more on the back burner. So sometimes I feel like I should be prioritizing my suggestions a bit more in hopes that they get used and yeah, just also get implemented at the right time, and not just some high-level quality of life feature that might also be tough to implement. And if that gets picked up in favor over something that's far more essential for the game in the end. But yeah, I think steering servos would definitely be a huge help, so that might be something to look back into. I think there's likely already a thread about that and it just needs some resurrection. Gonna have to see about that. But that's for another time, and we'll see how the next episode goes. Currently I have no idea what I want to do there. But for right now, this is gonna be it from my end. Thanks for watching and have a good one. See you next time. Bye bye.